So yes, it looks like dungeons are going to be getting some pretty big updates in the future, some changes going on there. Plus, a lot of you are wondering, hey, what about new locations, new maps, that sort of thing? Well, we have a new dev interview to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about, yes, spawn immunity, does that need to be a thing, gold, and much more. But I say we start out with that interview, shall we? So check it out right here. Here's the question. Do you intend to add locations and player characters as the game evolves? And of course, yes, according to the roadmap, they do plan to release new player characters every season. Now, we are currently in the preseason, of course. We have the ultimate version of Bunny, but we're getting Luna as well, who is going to be centered around music in some sort of way. Now, also about those new locations, they do plan to add new locations, but for now, they're focusing on expanding contents around the dungeons. By the way, I think that is an excellent choice, and they do believe that updates should lead to new experiences. Simply increasing the number of builds would result in repetitive experiences, so they are preparing dungeons with new mechanics, traps, and challenges to enjoy cooperative play. But yeah, any dungeon changes they make and commit to and players don't like it, they will have to revert that very, very quickly. It seems like they're very in tune to that, so that's the good news. Now, let's keep going. It says, will the First Descendant launch with a robust in-game structure, or is that something that will be added later? And I highlighted this area. It says this is the most important bit. It says, we are also working on updating new in-game content. We're preparing new in-game experiences for players to enjoy each season. So it seems like we're going to be getting something very unique in that regard. But of course, as you get further into the life of a game, there's a problem that does arise with this sort of game. It happens with Destiny and many other titles, is that people, newcomers, I should say, that try to join up in the game have a lot of difficulties getting into the mechanics because it's just overbloated. So that was the question here. It says, when it comes to live service and online games like Destiny and The Division, they can become overwhelming, especially for new players who are trying to join months or years in. How do you continue to give the fans who are playing plenty to do without creating a barrier to entry for new players? And the answer is this. This is a good question. It's one of my main concerns these days. The design team is continually thinking on how to improve and how to get players to easily join and play our game. We also have to think about post-launch, not just a couple months from today, but what's going to happen in the future. It's also very important to make an environment where new players come in and they won't have to follow up the players that are already out there and need to catch up. When we're updating content, we're continuously thinking, who's our main target? So our goal is to continuously update content for the existing users and the new users so they can come together and enjoy the game. I'm very confident that this is one of our areas of expertise. I'm very confident we can make it happen. So, hey, they're confident about that. So at least that's good news. I think the seasonal structure here is very smart, and that's going to help out with this, of course, because, they can add gameplay mechanics, and then instead of keeping them around, they can remove them and keep going and keep it fresh instead of keep piling on mechanics until it becomes overwhelming. Now, with that being said, a lot of games add really cool mechanics within their seasons and they drop it and people miss it. So I think they're going to have to be in tune to that as well. If they do add some really cool mechanics that players just absolutely love, they should stick around forever. You know what I mean? All right, so yeah, I did want to briefly go over the new content since we're talking about the future of the game. Some of you may have missed what is going on with the roadmap. Now, I'm going to try to remember to throw a video guide in the description below. So if you're already familiar with the roadmap, go ahead and skip ahead. But I wanted to go over this with you all real quick for those of you that did miss this. So check it out right here. It says this, after the housekeeping was out of the way, the Dev Chat 5 moved into the future content plans for the First Descendant. Now, the game will be following a seasonal structure for its content rollout. Seasons will bring with it new Descendants, storylines, and Colossi. But before we get into the full swing of things, players will get their first update in early August. By the way, this article comes from esports.gg. Sources in the description for everything in this video. Now, the early August update will be the first content to drop for the First Descendant according to the roadmap. While this update will not bring along a season, there's still a lot in store. Front and center is the new Descendant Luna. There she is right there, our music-centric Descendant. Now, a music-themed character, Luna will be first new Descendant added to the game. She will also be the 15th Descendant in the game overall. Luna launches in First Descendant on August 1st, 2024. Alongside Luna's launch, Valby will be getting the ultimate treatment. Ultimates in First Descendants are special, more powerful versions. Yeah, we already know that now. So far, 5 ultimates will launch with the game, with Valby being the first new one that we can expect. Now, an unnamed ultimate weapon will become available for players as they prepare for their latest foe. The newest Colossus, Gluttony, joins the battle, opening up a new Void Intercept battle. More details about those will be revealed in the coming weeks. Now, of course, it does mention that these seasons will be bringing us, of course, Ascendants, Colossus, Ultimates, and Weapons, as you can see right here. Now, what about Season 1? Let's get into specifics. It is called Invasion. The seasonal system for First Descendant will begin with Season 1 episode Invasion in late August. According to the roadmap, the season will be split across 3 updates and will bring numerous updates. Now, season progression and field completion will be the major highlights, with another new Descendant, number 16, Colossus, and Dungeon, Weapon, Skin, and Ultimate Descendant in tow. With a late August release, the season will likely extend all the way to Season 2, which is going to be beginning in December. And the dungeon is actually known as a Mega Dungeon. Now, also we have Season 2 episode Ancestor early December, arriving just in time for December holiday grind. Season 2 will see us through to 2025. According to the First Descendants roadmap, Season 2's highlights will be a brand new Mega Dungeon and the Utility Companion alongside the expected season progression. The game will also get its usual set of Descendants. That's going to be number 17, Ultimate Descendant, Dungeon Skins, Weapons, and yeah, probably more. So yeah, it sounds like a very, very solid plan. Can they keep up with it? That's going to be the question, because they don't outline exactly Season 3, of course. I am so curious to see how this is going to go in the next 6 months, a year, 2 years, if they can keep everyone entertained and they don't get too greedy with the monetization. That's like the big concern. There's already some, in my opinion, some greed going on here with the monetization. And one thing, either spawn immunity is needed. Also, why the hell don't we get revived with shield? It completely screws Kyle if he goes down, not to mention the extremely slow shield recharge rate. Yeah, that needs to be addressed big time, especially against some of those bigger bosses. You absolutely need some sort of chance to get up. Now, also, we do have a response, though. It says this right here, because a dedicated medic Descendants party trick is faster revives with full shields. And yes, there's 0 point to shields currently. Only optimal way is to focus on HP and defense. So yeah, it seems like they really are encouraging the party, especially on harder difficulties, to diversify and make sure that there is some sort of medic at the ready or someone buffing, and helping out or shielding up. Also, we have this right here. Gold in wave-based defense missions is stupid. Just take gold out of defense missions. Literally just a middle finger to the player having such an easy currency to obtain to be a reward for completing a few waves. There's also 0 defense for having gold for a reward. Reason being, why the F do I want to grind a mission for 20 plus minutes, depending on how long I stay, just to get gold? Even without the 30% bump, you can collect all the gold off the ground that same mission. I'm currently level 40 with all my gear and mods, so I only stay for about 3, maybe 4 rewards if I get decent random. So with the current percentages, all I'm getting is 9 out of 10 times is gold, all 3 rewards. And yeah, let's check out what people are saying here. It says those defense missions feel pretty unrewarding outside of just trying to level up a character, not to mention the crazy difficulty spikes that seem to happen very quickly. I love horde modes and shooters, but they need to have some better stuff to earn. Maybe it could rotate daily rewards. That is a pretty good idea right there. But yeah, it seems like they need to buff the rewards given and diversify those on those defense missions. Now, it says probably not the first one to find out about this, but the landing animation is canceled by shooting. So you can cancel it here. Here's an example. Check it out. Right when you shoot. Nice. Pretty cool if we can go into rolling. Also, I did see some comments saying that you guys want to see sliding, crouching, that sort of thing. Let me know if you guys agree, if you think that traversal system should be expanded upon. All right, so yes, now it's time to get into your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below. It could end up right here in a future video. Let's do this. And here's the first top comment. Paints need to have unlimited uses. I see this comment every single day. Please enough with the floating orbs over the boss's head. I think some Descendants need CC immunity while casting certain abilities. It gets annoying constantly getting stunned out of Volby's dash and big splash abilities. If I'm not going to be able to shoot or jump, at least let me not waste the MP. Also, I think she should liquefy when she does the big splash. That would actually be a really cool effect if they could update that one. Now, we have ping system needs to be added ASAP. Oh yeah, that would be nice to kind of like let people know, like enemies over here, or I'm headed this way. Yeah, great idea. Also, from reading comments and my personal view, this is what we want. Ping system, trading, melee weapons, bow, gun attachment, site customization, clans, leaderboards. Shoulder swap is a big one I'm hearing more and more, and a bit more variety in map bosses that just floating orbs above every boss's head. I think everyone agrees with that one, and I'm sure that Nexon is noting down some stuff. So hopefully they can add some variety in how they do that mechanic or reduce it for some of the bosses. No comments yet from the dev team on that one, but you guys know me. I will keep you in the know. So thank you all so much for the comments. Stay tuned here for all things First Descendant. Also, has anyone hopped into Once Human yet? And what do you think of it? I have seen the initial reviews. Damn. That's all I got to say. Some very negative reviews going on right now. We'll see if that team can pull off a miracle and save that game. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you next time. Take care.